Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel. Today I was thinking about having a one-on-one. Haven't had that in a while. Yeah, it's been I think around a couple months now since I came back to making videos. I started making them in, I think it was either February or March of this year, 2023. It was right before turning 26, and I really rediscovered my passion for just making videos again. And making videos is something I've been loving my whole life. As a kid, I was playing around with a Nokia phone, making stop motion videos and things like that, just silly sketches. So my content creation have sort of morphed into different things my entire life. Yeah, so I'm inside Star Citizen, as you see, and I have a gown, and I remember in the previous video my girlfriend Claudia had to end me in space because there was a little bug. So here's a low pollution here of gowns, but apparently I discovered there's a market for that where certain people pick them up and sell them. So here you go. This game is really cool. I know I've said this a million times, but anyways, he's getting. Are you getting some hot dogs? I don't know if it's NPCs anymore, or if it's players. So after I really got my burst of, I wanted to make gaming content because it's something I started off making content with 10 years ago, and I think I started even more than 13 years ago. Let's see where we're going here. This is no. Yeah, I think it's the transit. City Flight Transit Network. Yeah, we're in the right place. Yeah, so I started making gaming videos around 13 years ago. It took me 3 years to grow a community of 1,000 subscribers. But at the time I had reached 1,000 subscribers, you know, most of it was just dead audience. And I was just a teenager, just having fun, posting whatever, so I couldn't really expect to grow any kind of audience because, well, I didn't really know myself what I was making. I was just playing games and posting whatever. Sometimes it was gaming montages, sometimes I made a random video, just like this one, a one-on-one. And then suddenly I switched game, and another game, a completely different game. So, but I was having fun, and the point of it was that through making that content, through engaging with that creative part of me, did it set myself on a completely different path in life. It was actually in that way where I actually met my girlfriend Claudia, and we've been together for 9 years now. It was by connecting with that creative drive in me that where things really started to happen for me. And I saw the power of that. Because really what you're doing, when you're creating content, you're really practicing your self-expression as well. So it really works for other areas of life. It really activates your brain. You have the other part of your brain that is not so logical, bit mystical, bit unknown, and getting to know that part of your brain. So if we go back to it, this year I started around February to make content, and I felt like I really had it clicked. I really knew what I was doing, and for some reason a bunch of you just started arriving on the channel, and I thought that was really cool. But I have to keep reminding myself that the reason I'm doing this is just to have fun, and I really wanted to keep the purpose of making content the way I want to make it, because that's the way I'm going into it, and I didn't want that to change. But of course it can be really exciting to have a bunch of people show up on your channel and appreciate your work, and you're just having fun, and they're having fun with you, watching you. Anyway, so I'm 26, I live on my own with my girlfriend Claudia. We've been basically left home since, let's take a huge ship by the way. Yeah, we left, I was around 19, and now I'm 26, and of course, living on your own, and anyone knows this, that you gotta find ways to support yourself, and by that is making money in a modern society. And so usually, like, when I'm not creative, a lot of my focus goes into that, to support a life, to build life, and to evolve life, and to be able to experience life the way I want to experience it. And for me, I always thought there were easy ways to do things for me. I could just get a job in whatever I thought I would fit in, and that's it. I would just do that and live life like that. But I always had this itch to do something with myself, to do something different. I've always wanted to experience life in a different way, where I want to see everything. I want to see the world. I want to learn and develop and learn different languages, and not be stuck in one place, not be bound. And while doing that, I wanted to be able to support myself, and the only way I knew how was making content, and I thought that was the only way possible. Anyway, this ship looks really good. I think I should turn on some light here. Come on. There we go. That looks great. We got some servers here in my space home. Some turrets if there's trouble. Anyway, so the content has really been the thing I've always gone back to. Whenever I thought there was something to figure out, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do in life? Probably the most common questions of people in their 20s. Yeah, and I think the closer we get to just kind of figuring those things out, the easier it is to live in the moment and to just live in peace. And because then you have set up these conditions and the circumstances to allow you the life you want to live. And before you have all those conditions and those circumstances, you are dependent most likely on someone else or something else. In my case, family before I moved out. So I've always valued just self-efficiency, self-reliance, independence in general. Just if I want something to happen in my life, I gotta do it myself and not ask someone else to do it for me. I would think that would be rather entitled. I would be entitled if I would think that way. So yeah, I was creating content, but then sadly I had a really good flow, and I thought, man, if I could have continued that flow for a while, I think I would have gotten further with where I wanted to go. But reality kicks in, and it's time to be more self-efficient. And so I got a job, a corporate job. I was just working as a e-commerce manager. It's something I've been doing for the past 5-6 years. Worked with digital marketing and e-commerce. It's been good actually. I don't have much to complain about that profession, other than that sometimes it can take a toll on you mentally, because you have to keep track on a lot of things in your mind. So it's more of a mind job than a physical job. And I always remember when I'm like right in the middle of it, I always wish I was doing something physical. But when I'm doing something physical, I'm like, oh, I want to do something mind-like. So it's, never satisfied with those kind of things. But I always use that profession to kind of get where I want to get to overall in life, and not have that as my thing. And I've always known I want to make content. Oh, lucky with the sunset. I always known I wanted to make content, and so I thought, I love space too, so why don't I find a game? Oh. Then I remembered Star Citizen. Oh, is that playable today? Is it still a tech demo? And to my surprise, it was way more than just a tech demo. When I rediscovered it, I had mostly just watched videos, and in the past I didn't really have a computer that could play it. But yeah, I decided to just buy the best computer I could buy with my money, while still being able to pay bills, rent, all those things. Managed to do that, got a nice screen. I made a little video earlier this year showing that stuff. It's a very high quality video. I don't know, I have a thing for not making everything so high quality all the time. It's just some amateur looking video because they're really easy. So I really got my creative drive on, but then I was working for a while, and so of course I had to focus on those things in order to sustain those things. But it was not my end destination. It was not where I wanted to continue doing for a long time. So I switched over to freelancing, and just seeing with my profession that I now start with myself, and in that way I have control of my time. And if I have control of my time, then even better, I can plan my days or not. Actually, I love to go by my intuition because it feels more right, feels more realistic to me than to plan every hour, every single day. It just makes life mundane and boring to me. But discipline hasn't been an issue for me, since I've had to develop discipline a lot of times, and so if you already got that down, then you can start to trust your intuition again, or trust your intuition a bit more. That by doing that, I won't really put myself in bad situations in life. Oh, that looks great. So I realized this is just a talking video, and I'm not doing anything specific in Star Citizen. I'm just flying around, and I mean, you can do that in this game too. You don't have to do anything. Just fly, enjoy the view. But yeah, so by making that decision, I could leave the corporate environment, which to me is just soul crushing over time. It doesn't feel real. So now it's been around 2 months and I'm loving it. I feel like I'm actually getting more value out of my life than I've had during that whole entire period. Life feels better, life feels more natural, and I can also finally focus on business projects I started in the past that I haven't completed yet, but are like 95% completed. So that's really cool. But because of those decisions, I can make content indefinitely for as long as I want, and I don't need the content to make me independent. So there's no reliance on the content, and therefore there's no pressure on making my content my job. And I really never wanted to do that. I didn't want to spoil my passion and put all those expectations on myself, because after all, like, I'm doing this just because I want to, and not because I think I have to. And to me, that's always how it's worked. I know we all have different ideas of success, and my definition of success is if I can live a peaceful and harmonious life in solitude, doing what I love without the pressure of what I'm doing, while remaining independent. It just takes a whole lot of work. Wow. This cloud layer is really cool. It's pierced through it. Woo! What a difference. Man, I really hope my microphone is recording. Like, my previous video just disconnected and I had the webcam audio and that was terrible. Yeah, so here I am, back making content. Sometimes I try to figure out what I'm doing, and this time I just wanted to try something different instead of having to figure it out all the time. I just made content without thinking about it. I uploaded whatever, and so I did that, and after doing that I could look at what I actually like making, and by doing that I can sort of solidify my intention on this channel. So what I've changed, you can see on my banner that I've made like 4 categories, like a heart to heart, which is this kind of video with a thought bubble, and I've always put that in the title. And I've already added or made changes to a bunch of videos, and you can see that just in the title you can be able to tell what kind of video it is. Is it a relax mode where I play with myself or friends or a girlfriend in games? Because those videos are different, they are cut different, and I love those too. It's really nice to use relaxing games too. Then there are multiplayer, where it's me practicing my skills, getting better at games, hopefully making a good video out of it. Then we have, let's see if I remember it, just by not looking at it. Yeah, musical and cinematic. I love music, I love cinema, and when I'm not making gaming videos, I really enjoy just going out in the world, seeing the world, and filming it while I'm doing that, and then making a video out of it. And so I try to apply this to gaming, and Star Citizen is one of the probably the best for me because I love space, and there's a bunch of worlds in here where I can craft stories and where I can make cinematic shots and edits, and I can also combine it with relaxed gameplay. So there's so many ways I could do this, but I didn't want to confuse a potential audience, so I made a little structure that for whatever what you're into, or maybe what you're into in the moment, you'll be able to see what the content is before you actually watch it, so I don't waste your time. Okay, but moving on, so that's kind of where I am right now. Flying in Star Citizen, making a video, talking. I mean, in a sense, I am talking to myself here. Who am I talking to? I always wonder this. You know, because I don't really have an image of who I'm talking to, but it's really strange just being able to just talk to yourself like this. Because I'm not talking to myself either, so I'm just confusing. I'm confusing now. Anyway, this looks great. Should we make a little landing here? Alright, coming down, gonna land. We have landed. And something I've been thinking about too is the representation of the videos I make here. The thumbnails, the titles. I like to keep the cinematic thumbnails no matter what I'm making. Always thought they looked good. The titles are actually a bit more difficult. Sometimes I just get it and I know what to put because it's what I know I'm doing in the game or whatever I'm making, then it's quite easy. But sometimes it's easy to get into your mind a bit over your head, and I often seen, especially with this game, I'm not pointing any fingers here, just what I've observed. It's this forced positivity with the titles in order to attract a positive audience, because positivity in a world of negativity is actually quite attracting as well. But I've not been a fan of forced positivity or anything like that. I just want, if I don't feel good about a game, I want to mention it. If I don't like it, I'm gonna say it. I don't really care about if there's a community that thinks certain things, it's really like none of my business either. So I don't, it just makes the experience and everything I'm doing way more authentic for myself and hopefully for you watching. But I'm not afraid to kind of put, let's say, if I actually think something is incredible, I'm gonna say, this huge ship in Star Citizen is incredible. Isn't that how kind of the title sounds like? Or that's at least how I read it in my mind. Sounds like in my mind is this trailer guy, movie trailer guy. I bet there's some of you wondering like am I actually gonna step out of the ship or am I gonna keep talking? If this planet have a good atmosphere and I won't die, sure. Let's do it. You can actually play chess. Gonna carry one. Let's see if I can just place it somewhere. Can I? Oh, you actually can. That's cool. So you could play chess with someone in here. Food. I guess if there's ever a feature where you have raw food or something like that, you can just slap it on here and it will give you more health. Something like that would be cool. You got some books. What is this? Fish tank. Dog fighting. So everything I know about dog fighting, I learned from my fish tank. Someone learned from their fish tank. Interesting. I don't know how you learn dog fighting from a fish tank, but okay. I bet that's some Easter egg or insider info of this game. So yeah, as far as the titles go, as long as I don't clickbait, because I'm not a big fan of that either. I don't want to click on something and then be tricked. That's not fun. But I'm not trying to hype either. I don't like the hype because I feel like it just sets you up for disappointment most of the time. It's cool. It's a huge rock and it just moved the ship a little bit. Oh no. Are we... What's happening here? Like, am I gonna be alright if I step off this ramp? I know it's really cold for my character, but... It seems like it's gonna move. This is a pretty huge ship. I don't expect the wind to be able to take it, unless it's... Can I get up here after? There is a gap. Alright, I'm just gonna trust it. Screw it. Oh no. Actually, there's a rock here. Oh! That's what happens when you don't pay attention to the timer. That is fine. I think I got my point across in this video. I just want to have a little chat with the wall. Yeah. Thank you, wall, for chatting with me. And if you're watching this, if you're actually a human being in this point of the video watching, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking your time to just be here and listen, and there I am, dead, lying. Yeah. I mean, of all the places you could be, of all the videos you could click on, you're right here, right now, and thank you. If you want to see more videos, feel free to subscribe. If you enjoyed what you just saw, for some weird reason, sorry, you can always click like and a dislike if this was just too boring for you. Because then I know there's always something out there for everybody. So if you're here, pretty cool. Subscribe if you want to see more content. I keep posting and you can count on it. Sometimes it's videos like this. Sometimes it's gameplay videos, and it all depends on the week. It depends on the day. Depends what's out. Is there, like, I know in this game there's this whole event this week of all these ships. So I'm hoping to try out a huge ship, the biggest ship. I like big, so let's do big. All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.